don't know if y'all seen that viral video of Jim Jones, but it's safe to say this old nigga is tripping. You tripping, boy. You need some good thorn rolled up in that good grabber leaf to calm your ass the fuck down, my boy. What's wrong with you? This old nigga is acting a fool, man. You supposed to be somebody's granddaddy, bro. What you tweaking on? Did y'all see? Y'all, if you don't know about it, you finna learn about it.
Jim Jones has officially hit rock bottom. At this point, I don't know how you show your face on the internet
it's
again.
Bad,
for some very dumb reason, Jim Jones decided he wanted to beef with 50 Cent. And now 50 Cent got Jim Jones in a checkmate, cornered at all angles. Let's do a brief recap on how this started, then we'll get to the new updates, okay? So Jim Jones and his co-host spoke on 50 Cent doing a documentary about Diddy, and they were kind of in disapproval of this. 50 Cent got wind of it, got wind of them speaking on him. So 50 Cent decided that he was going to get in contact with the landlord for the building. And he got in...
Stupid.
What?
Wait, so see, I don't know the whole story, bro. I just seen the clip of the video, and then somebody told me he was beefing with 50 Cent. Okay, calm down, bro. 50 Cent is a fucking menace.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
He's a menace, bro. So he got into it with 50 Cent. 50 Cent contacted Jim Jones' landlord. How the fuck do you know who his landlord is?
Contact with the landlord for the building. And the landlord apparently already had a beef with Jim Jones, so he was willing to sell 50 Cent the building and work with 50 Cent.
Oh, now, he sold 50 Cent the building?
What came from that is a phone call where the landlord is breaking down all of Jim Jones' business, telling 50 Cent that Jim Jones owes back rent, that they're trying to evict Jim Jones. Jim Jones is squatting right now because he won't leave the building. Jim Jones has hit rock bottom today, but before today, 50 Cent had already been terrorizing Jim Jones, making his life miserable. So 50 Cent has a vendetta against Jim Jones as of lately because Jim Jones decided he was going to speak on 50 Cent and this Diddy documentary. Him and his co-host expressed they didn't feel like 50 Cent doing a documentary on Diddy was right. So 50 Cent decided, okay, yeah, I'm going to contact the landlord of the building you're filming that podcast in, and I'm going to try to own the building so you can't film that podcast
Bro,
anymore.
If I was rich, I would do the same shit. I ain't going to lie to you. Like, I'm not, you feel, listen, bro. Listen, bro. If I was as rich as 50 Cent, he probably at this point has hundreds of millions of dollars. And somebody trying to troll me on the internet, bro, I'm the type of, bro, I will buy the building that you do. I would do the same. I would do something like this. If you come fucking with me and I ain't messing with you, I ain't do nothing to you, you just come fucking with me, I'm not going to beat you up. I ain't going to slide on your block. I'm going to buy the building that you live in and kick your ass out. Get out of here, buddy.
So what happened?
Hold on, y'all. This is my clothing brand. I need y'all to go support your boy, okay? And supporting your boy with some pretty cheap clothing, all right? And you gonna be fly and fresh as hell, man. All right? Link in the description. Theari.us. Go shop.
Is 50 Cent called the landlord, not even knowing the landlord and Jim Jones already beefing.
Right.
He already hates Jim Jones because Jim Jones owes him a lot of money. So 50 get in contact with the landlord, and the landlord is telling 50 Cent all of Jim Jones' business already.
That's want to rent it. And I said, okay, fine. Right? He's been saying this for since October. And so he keeps trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms. I want 6 months of build out. And ridiculous bullshit. We also have a partnership agreement where half of...
So is this where Jim Jones lives, or is this where they do the podcast?
Building now, his media belongs to us. But he won't tell us how much he's making and doing all these things. So half of the content he's creating, if you want to buy that too, I'll sell you half the company.
So basically, did you hear what the fuck he just said? So whoever's talking, the landlord owns half of all the content and the media that Jim Jones puts out. And he probably did that because of the fact that Jim Jones ain't been paying him. So it might be in a contract, like, if you don't pay me, I'll get half your money, or whatever the case is, something like that. So he just said 50 Cent, if you want to buy half of that, you can have that too, nigga.
He's not a business. He's insane. To me, it's worth very little to nothing. But if it was out for you, I just throw that in as a sweetener.
As a sweetener.
So what I'm trying to say is he signed a lease with me. Right now he owes, I'm going to say it in a short way, at least $80,000. If not 180,000.
It's actually through the landlord that 50 Cent found out that the building that Jim Jones is currently filming in has no heat. that they turned off the heat in an attempt to get Jim Jones out the building because Jim Jones is currently squatting while they were trying to evict him.
Right. So they turn off they do that. So if you squatting, they'll do stuff like turn the lights off, turn the heat off, turn the air off. So it's like, okay, you don't want to fucking leave? Fine. We ain't got to keep the heat on, though. I can't kick you out. It's going to take a long time. If you don't know, you try to evict somebody, if you a landlord, it's going to take a while, bro. Like, that's a whole headache type shit. So it's like on some shit like, okay, we'll turn the heat off on your ass in the middle of the winter. See if that make you leave.
It has all this information. Jim Jones, for some reason, was still commenting on the internet, still trying to deny certain things, like still trying to like pretend like him in the building, him and the landlord was all good, and it was actually his building. Like after 50 Cent exposed like Jim Jones was squatting, he was being evicted, and that there's no heat. Jim Jones like did a tour of the building where he was trying to prove that he's this boss, and he has like a multi-production studio coming, and he's about to build a new section and a new faction in the building.
That's
the whole time, the building is trying to evict him while Jim Jones is doing renovations and work in the building.
Since I'm starting the year off at the top of your Explorer.
I ain't gonna, this what I be saying with like, y'all be saying money don't unlame a lame, age don't either, folks. Motherfucker, your ass was lame when you was 25, you gonna be a lame 50-year-old motherfucker. You feel me? Cause it's just corny, gang. Especially the fact that, bro, you just on the internet capping. I want somebody to slap the dog shit out of me if I got gray hairs in my beard and I'm on the internet trying to prove to the internet what I got going on. Like, fuck, nigga.
You not entertained?
A fucking grown goofy.
Everybody want to put my business in the street. Might as well talk to you about my business. Right now, I am in the second phase of construction. We're not open to public. This is a raw space. I have not found out yet what I want to do exactly in this space, but in my mind, I was thinking of building like a little mart, but we'll see how that goes.
This is the problem with hustle culture. Everybody wants to appear like they doing something,
right?
But nobody want to actually
do it.
Jim Jones is building an entire business in a building that he's not even allowed to be in, that he has to break into to get in.
Right.
So Jim Jones is launching this thing called the IFC Factory, right? It's supposed to be like a content studio where you come, you do your podcasting, you can come, you do like photo shoots in.
Yeah.
I even seen like they got this joint on Peerspace right now. You could book this for $65 an hour on Peerspace, 2 hours minimum. I seen it. I said, oh. But stupid. What? Is in a building where they're actively trying to evict him from. That's why it's stupid. All right. That's why it's dumb. Jim Jones was able to stay as long as he's been staying because Jim Jones, A, got some money. 2, is New York. Tenants got a lot of rights. Yeah. So Jim Jones understands like certain laws.
New York and California, bro. Them the squatter century, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Do your fucking homework.
And regulations to where he's been able to squat for as long as he's been able to squat, but they've been actively trying to evict him. Well, today 50 Cent announced that the eviction process has been somewhat successful, and now they're taking steps to have it enforced and get Jim Jones out the building. The eviction notice was actually posted on their door, and it was addressed to IFC Management, which is obviously Jim Jones' company. Now, Jim Jones was building like a content studio, so he had the IFC Management, right, like for the studio name. Joseph Jones, obviously, right? It was posted at this particular address. Now, the studio or the building is so big, it takes up multiple addresses, right? Is I think at 788, 789, 791.
So let me ask you, New York nigga, something. Is the whole Bronx the hood? Because I thought the whole Bronx was the hood. Apparently not if they got fucking studios there.
Second floor. It's really, 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 really big, okay? Right. But from actually reading this, because this is my first time actually reading this, it looks like the landlord and 50 still got some more steps to take. So they alerted Jim Jones of a notice of default, meaning, he owes money.
He owed money.
All right, that notice was sent January 15th. It expired January 22nd. Jim Jones never paid it.
Damn.
And then a 5-day notice of termination. They sent the 5 days notice of termination. They're claiming on February 10th, which expired on February 17th. From what I just read, it looks like Jim Jones may have some action, maybe another month of being able to use the studio as they go through the next phase, which is to get a sheriff out there, get the eviction order, and then get the sheriff out there to drag Jim Jones from out the building.
Right.
Hopefully it don't go that far.
Right.
Now
that's gonna go super viral, buddy. Do you hear what I'm telling you?
Got access to, like some clips or videos of Jim Jones actually in the building. Now, we'll find out later how exactly 50 Cent was able to get access.
Okay.
Yes, he's in, connection to the landlord, but it's actually much deeper than that. But the video that 50 Cent posted of Jim Jones is really embarrassing. So it shows Jim Jones trying to break in certain rooms in the building because certain rooms have access to the heat. They turn the heat off. Jim Jones trying to access those rooms to turn the heat back on.
Right.
And certain rooms is closed off and locked by the landlord. Jim Jones trying to break in those rooms as well.
Yeah.
But this is just
y'all look called the popo, huh? Man, that nigga ass would have been
all around bad look
with me. So he's breaking in with his old man goons. He's breaking in, trying to get into the rooms to turn the heat back on because they turned the heat on. Can't go in there. This is yesterday, bro.
We cut the lights off.
Oh, they cut the lights off. So they can't. That ain't the room where they can turn the shit back on. This is embarrassing, bro. Call the popo, huh?
Ladies and gentlemen,
What's up, man?
we got him.
Yeah, I'm good. No, it's mine.
This is a grown ass 50. How old is this nigga?
We're not supposed to be urgent. Huh? He cut the lights off.
The homie goes in the room and flickers the light back and forth, and he tells Jimmy, I hope y'all heard it. He tells Jim Jones, hey, yo, Jimmy, they cut the lights off.
This nigga is 40. He'll be 50 years old this year, gang. 50, bro. Is he a grandchild? Is he a grandpa? Fuck that shit. Is the rapper Jim Jones a grandpa? Yes, this nigga's a grandfather, bro. He's a grandfather. He's a 49-year-old grandfather, gang. Kicking down doors because his broke ass don't want to pay the bills in the studio that he on the internet claiming is his. And the reason he's doing this is because he wants everybody on the internet to believe that he's this boss that's getting all this money and he owns the studio and he's building a business. And
stop it. Get some help.
Like I said, folks, a 25-year-old lame 9 times out of 10 will turn into a 50-year-old lame. This proves it.
Bro.
This is fucking embarrassing.
You are Jim Jones.
It's embarrassing.
You are somebody who has access to a level of funding and money and income that the regular person don't have.
Exactly.
Why put yourself through this? Why not go out and do this the right way? Why not go out, get financing, go through a bank if you can't afford it, and get yourself a building and build this thing from ground up?
Not even that, bro. You don't even have to go to a bank. You're Jim Jones, bro. You know Fabulous. You know every rich rapper in New York, nigga. You can have everybody pitch in. That's what the white folks been doing for fucking 100, 200, 300, 500 years. That's what the white folks do, bro. They go around, they go on fucking Shark Tank and everywhere else, right? They get all this funding. Hey, you want 33% of this? I'm doing this real estate deal, man. Hey, listen, man. If you give me $200,000 right now, I need $1 million total. Okay, cool. I got 200. Everybody got 200. You go around, you get 20 people to give you 50,000, nigga, and you like, shit, nigga. I would invest in that. I'm just saying, like, I give a nigga 50,000. You feel me?
You in a building that you can't afford. Don't Jim Jones owe like $180,000 on this building? Now this was about like 2 months ago. He owed $180,000. It's probably more now. If you can't afford it, if you can't afford the building, leave.
Right.
Subjecting yourself to this, is cruel and unusual, man.
Boy, I would have been. Let me own this building. Boy, I would have called the police on your dumb ass. Are you crazy, nigga?
What's up? What happened? Yeah, I'm good. No, it's mine. It's my property. All right?
He's so delusional.
There's no
he keeps talking about it's mine.
Look at the absolute rage in Jim Jones right now, man. Jim Jones is steaming right now, bro. Yo,
50 years old,
feel
by
the
the way.
vibration of brokenness through the screen, bro.
50 years old, bro. Having a mental breakdown because he's like, oh no, they're gonna find out that I'm not as rich as I said I was. They're gonna find out if I don't break. I gotta. Oh my god!
All of this, by the way, to find a room where the landlord turned off the heat from, so he could go back and actually turn the breaker back on, or turn whatever back on to bring back heat to the building. Because when you watch that video of Jim Jones that we just saw, when he did the tour, when Jim Jones was speaking, you could literally see his own breath, which tells you is below freezing in that building. Now, when Jim Jones and Mano and Fab and Dave East do their podcast, they're all bundled up. The only person I've seen with maybe some type of, I don't know, sweater that's light is Mano at times, but Mano is a husky dude. But they're all bundled up at all.
So they come do their podcast in a place that don't got no. What's going on, bro? What the fuck are we doing? Cause y'all niggas got more money than me. And I'm not pulling. Hey, listen, gang. I'm broke grave, nigga. I know a broke nigga right now who ain't doing no podcast in no cold ass room. That nigga at least afford the heat in the crib. The fuck y'all got going on? Why y'all got this big ass building anyway? All three of y'all could just pitch in to a $5,000 a month apartment, 1 bedroom, and make that your studio. The fuck are you in this big ass studio for? With your coat on because the landlord turned the heat off. Y'all 50 and 45 years old, bro. What the fuck?
Times Jim Jones is walking away frustrated, man, mad as hell, telling people to come down. So apparently, he's instructing them to calm down so they could brutalize the door some more. This is just sad, bro.
All on camera,
Jim
bro.
looked defeated right now. Look at him, bro. Braids disheveled,
man,
breathing heavy. Make no mistake about it, bro. Jim Jones is doing all of this because he want to flex for the gram.
Exactly.
Right? He want to flex for the gram that he's doing something, that he got his own building.
I ain't gonna lie, I gotta take a piss, boy. I'll be right back, y'all.
That's what this is all about, man.
Exactly.
And he's putting people's livelihoods at risk. There's a girl who do a talk show on the IFC network or whatnot.
Oh, that's
and
crazy.
She is renting out the space on Peer Space as well. So she's making a little bit of income there and on her podcast. Right. Now that's at risk because of this. But the bad news doesn't end there for Jim Jones because apparently 50 Cent has somehow managed to get in cahoots with the owner. Now this is the dude, right, that's been chatty patting it up on Jim Jones. This is the owner who's been calling 50 Cent and feeding 50 Cent all the information about Jim Jones. Now, he's clout hungry as a mug. He is super clout hungry. So, apparently, though, that dude, him right there, apparently he gave 50 Cent ownership stake in the building. So, 50 Cent says, Sam is my partner. I own the joint. So, apparently he owns the building now. So, 50 Cent owns the building now as well. Now you're going to fix every door you kick or I'm going to kick your butt, Jimmy. By Monday, you're destroying my property. Damn, bruh. This is sad, man. And it doesn't even end here, right? It doesn't end here with just the 50 and Jim Jones because now Jim Jones have acquired a certain amount of enemies due to Mano and other people because Jim don't really cause too much beef on that podcast. Mano caused the majority of the beefs. Now you got the enemies that Jim Jones have inherited from his co-host. Now they is making fun of Jimmy. Academics took to his live stream to eviscerate Jim Jones, Mano, Dave East, and Fabulous.
You guys are 50 years old getting evicted. That's disgusting and sad.
That's fucking sad, bro.
You guys have all had supposedly prosperous careers in whatever you've done. To get evicted at 50 years old is fucking pathetic.
No, for real.
Fab, you rapped for 30 years.
Literally.
If you can't pay your rent, that's disgusting. Jim Jones, you gangbanged and did a whole bunch of bullshit for 50 years. If you can't pay your rent, that's disgusting. Mano, you done robbed the entire Brooklyn niggas and pulled out guns on them.
What?
If you didn't rob enough money to pay your rent, that's disgusting. I'm sorry to tell y'all, man. Kicking in doors at 50 years old is just not the wave.
It's not
and maybe
bro.
I got to be the pussy civilian to kind of bring the youth that's watching y'all because y'all previously says y'all were bodega boys, lobby boys, now podcast boys, or as 50 calls y'all squatters, I'll lead the audience y'all are trying to appeal to. Hey, YNs of the world, never be this. When you're 50, you should be kicked back, feet up, living a luxurious life with galore, kids that...
Not bitches galore. You're supposed to have a fucking wife. But if you won't have hoes galore, do that. I get what he's saying, though. But at 49, 50 years old, bro, you're supposed to have your kids. You're supposed to be spoiling your grandkids, bro. You're supposed to be enjoying. You on the other half of life, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like, you not gonna catch me that mad at 50. Even at, I'm 27, you ain't gonna catch me that mad, gang. You 50 years old, bro. Half of your life is over. Statistics say that you got about 20 years left. That's not the longest time, bro. You supposed to be enjoying the time with your grandkids, you know, setting up stuff for your kids to, you know, for generations and shit like that, bro. You supposed to be enjoying life, traveling the world with your wife, going to countries you never been to, you know what I'm saying? Going to museums you never been to and eating hors d'oeuvres and caviar and crumpets and shit. Like, you supposed to be on boats, kicking it. You're not supposed to, like, come on. This is taken care of,
bro. And many things to show. Not being kicking down a door to get in to start gossiping.
I also want Jim Jones to know you can't joke your way out of this too, bro.
Nope.
Because the first time Jim Jones got exposed for owing rent and being a squatter, they went on their podcast, that episode, and made hella cringe squatter jokes.
Oh, okay.
But this time around, you can't joke your way out of this one, bro. The jokes only hit if there's no truth to it.
Exactly.
Right? If there's no validation to what the rumors are and you're just joking cool. But once it's been proven, like,
this is what's going
the accusations are true, you can't joke about it. Right? Because now it's cringe.
What was your greatest achievement?
This year?
Yeah.
Being able to have the right to squat.
The right to squat?
Sir, so now we know
what I tell y'all. They say money don't age, unlame a lame, neither does age, bro. A 30-year-old, a 19-year-old Goofy is gonna be a 50-year-old Goofy. Just in fucking over a full embarrassment
going on.
This
now
somebody
we
granddad,
know what's
bro.
going on. Jim Jones discovered that he could get into big buildings and not pay rent, and you know the government and their weird laws will protect him. So Jim Jones. Now at the time it appeared to be a joke. Now we know it's not a joke because Jim Jones was literally squatting and got into a very expensive building to stop paying rent. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think
How much was the rent? This shit is embarrassing, bro. You can't be a grown-ass man going out like this, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.